is changing. War is soon to come to our time. For a great evil has arisen in the east that threatens all of Middle-earth. Join us in our quest. Become our champion. Face the power of Mordor. And help to turn the tide.
Well, that was an explosive intro, wasn't it? And now the screen's just come back. There we go, it's loading. Hello everyone, my name is Halimar Jack or HM Jack, and welcome to... I finally got to work! The Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. Specifically the GameCube version, because, well, I haven't got an Xbox emulator and I can't record my 360 because it has a glitch when you record. Well, the Lord of the Rings Third Age doesn't really... graphical issues appear on the 360 version. But yeah, before we get started, I'd like to point out a happy birthday to me. I'm recording this on the 3rd of February, and I've turned 20. Oh, joy of joys. Anyway, I've set up all the options already, so let's start. And we go to Eregion, which is just the word region with an E at the beginning.
The world of Middle-earth is changing. The beauty of the elves fades. It passes into legend, into myth, into dreams. The ancient spirits of earth, fire, air, and water, who once roamed this earth freely, are forgotten. But it was not always so. In Eregion long ago, the elves were given secret knowledge to forge great rings of power. They were precious beyond all else, for within each was bound the strength and will to rule. But they were deceived, for the giver of this knowledge was evil's great servant, Sauron. In the fires of Mordor he forged in secret one ring to rule them all. And with it Sauron enslaved the races of Middle-earth. But not all light diminished, for some stood fast.
Oh shit. Big man on campus. Oh, I take this opportunity to speak then. Well, Gandalf isn't speaking. So, in this game, you have cutscenes like this, which just take scenes from the films, but they have Ian McKellen, who voices Gandalf, do the voiceovers for it. Because Gandalf is sort of your guide in this. And this is a...
Ring was cut from Sauron's hand.
This is a very sort of Final Fantasy style game in its gameplay. You'll see when we get into it.
Isildur, ruler of all free men, performed this deed. And the line of men failed.
Ooh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is that? Looks like me when I get out of bed.
Thus the Third Age of Middle-earth began. But the realms of man divided, and their great cities weakened. And in this age the evil powers again arise, yet some hoped for unity in the face of the coming darkness. To Rivendell the elves called the greatest of all races. With them came Boromir, son of Gondor's steward.
Ooh, I said I'd stuck.
And there, at the Council of Elves, a great
It's Red Skull.
desperate plan was conceived. Join us in our quest. Face the power of Mordor, and help to turn the tide. Welcome, warrior of Gondor. Your road here will not be an easy one. Much will be risked in the war that is to come. But you will justify my trust. This I sense with all my heart.
Oh shit. Oh shit, that horse is gone.
Stand aside, creature. You are in my way.
Oh shit. Oh, and here we go. So this is what the main battle part of the game looks like. So, this is a supposed to lose fight. So we can only attack, taunt the foe, or skip. Skip will just end our turn. And you can see in the top right there, it's our turn and the two Nazgul will attack. There is a way to bring up something. There you go. So yeah, we have Berethor, Citadel Guard of Gondor, and against two Ringwraith Shadow Captains. Attack is generic attack, and then taunt foe will make that unit that I target specifically attack me. It has a 5 next to it because that's how much AP it costs. To the right, you see that you have your name, Berethor, HP 117, and AP, which is action points, 65. So we only have 65 mana, basically. And then that bar on the right is perfect mode. We'll get onto that later on. So all we can do right now is attack, because, well, we got to do something. Ah! And it's immune. Well, fuck. So you got a double critical and did exactly the right amount. That's supposed to lose fight. No, ooh. Ah, a woman.
Return to the shadow, slave of Sauron.
Oh, the frame rate drops. Well, just remember that you may have noticed a few frame rate drops during the cutscenes as well. This is on the GameCube, and they had they have a lot of shit. This is split into 2 discs. So this is a long game slash lot of shit. They can't fit it all onto 1 disc.
What grace has been given to me, let it pass to him. Let him be spared. To you I bestow this gift of my people. It braces the soul and binds the hearts of others.
I live because of your bravery, my lady. What favor might I grant you?
There is no time. Hurry, we must find your equipment and heal your wounds.
Nice. So, after that, we come into the main game. Adventure mode. Here you will travel across Middle-earth, find hidden items and battle groups of foes. Scenes. Gandalf the Grey speaks to you. Oh, it's Gandalf the Grey, not Gandalf the White, by the way. Obviously, until he, you know. So video scenes and epic scenes. So yeah, quest channel updated. Few epic scene, and here we have. Am I gonna watch them all? No, because there's 109. The ones we're forced to watch are the only really the ones we need. They're just bits of lore, and I have played this game a lot. This is the options, by the way. We're going to play this game on medium difficulty. We've got quests. Ooh, spoilers. You can see these. Well, the only spoiler one you have is East Moria, and that's reached the bridge of Khazad-dûm. I don't really know why that one's up there. But just to point out, so there's 9 areas, 9 quest areas. The first set, because they're split into 3 sets, is Eregion or Eregion. I'm gonna call it Eregion. Is that, and then there's what you may guess, Western Moria, because you have Eastern Moria. Then you have the next set, which is the East Eminent Gullies. Then it's Rohan, Home of the Horse Lords, and Helm's Deep. Then it's Osgiliath, Minas Tirith, and Pelennor Fields. And that's it. And this is what the main menu looks like. You may notice there's a co-op button down there, and there are 6 spaces for units. In co-op, you basically have an extra player who controls one half of the characters, but you can only have 3 of your characters out at a time, so one person have an extra usage. So it goes Berethor is player 1, Idrial is player 2, then the third person's player 1, fourth character's player, you get it. Skills, we get into them in a second. Stats, and we can select who we're looking at. Berethor. He has these sort of stats: strength, spirit, constitution, speed, and dexterity. Strength is how much damage you do. Spirit is how much sort of spirit damage you do. So you got physical strength and special, a bit like in Pokemon. Then constitution is your health. Speed is how often you attack, and dexterity is how often you can hit and miss. And yeah, oh, there's also Z. I can't remember what I mapped to Z actually. Is it? I don't know what I mapped to Z. 9? 9! I mapped 9 on the numpad. So yeah, that's all that. So then we go right again, we look at equipped. We can't change anything in equipped yet, but you know, you just get to change stuff. And then you have elf stones, which are like little buffs. But yeah, and everything does stuff. Like Tattered Warcloak does 1 armor with view details. Oh, we look over here. So yeah, there's view details. That's all the extra stuff it will give out, etc, etc. Then use item. We haven't got any items. That's just where you heal yourself up in between fights. And then skill. I'm gonna look at Berethor. Skills basically your AP moves. Each person starts off with 1 or 2, depending on what point you're on in the game. So he starts off with Guardian Strike and Company Might. I'll get onto these in a bit, what the different things do. So basically, every time you use something in this thing, say I use 5 Swordcraft, I will go Orcbane, and then I move on to these. And when I get down to here, I can choose which ones I want. Counter-attack is using it, counter-attack, and then Citadel Rage, Excellion Wrath, and go on the Rampage, like multiple attacking stuff. And then they all have different things and who they're good against. For example, Orcbane are good against Orcs. We'll get onto them in a second. So, now we're going to move. Oh, the controls are really buggered. Because oh god. Chest contain, yeah, it's a chest. What do you reckon the chest is? Open the chest, we've got the Berethor, it tells you who it's for, and then what it is. The Third Age Gondor Scouting Shield. So, we press enter, we go down to equip, and we can look with the Third Age Gondorian Scouting Shield. It may look familiar to anyone who has seen the films. This is Boromir's shield. The characters in this game are based off of characters from the films. Berethor is Boromir and Aragorn, Idrial is Legolas and Arwen. And they take different aspects of different characters. Alright, so Idrial attacks first. So she has attack, swordcraft with fluid strike, and then spirit powers. Spirit powers are spirit powers. She has Gift of Elrond, which will just give you a bit of health back, and a Loud Water Flurry, which is a big bit of water. We can't use that move she used against the Nazgul because that's one of her really late game powers. You know, let's just go for Fluid Strike. It's gonna be 40 damage HP, and we gained 1 skill point into Thingamabob. I forgot what it's called now. Swordcraft, that's it. Leadership powers are basically your buffs. He's like Berethor's like the leader. He's a bard who can buff his unit. So use Company Might, increase all attack damage of the party. Now we have a slight boost to our strength for, I think that one is a permanent one. And you see they have that little glow around them. I never actually remember there being a little glow, but I mainly play this on the 360. So I use Fluid Strike again, and that didn't do any increased damage. I don't know why actually. Stop changing it. Well, fuck it. Guardian Strike. And you see, Berethor's lost health, and they both lost AP. Oh, that's a really annoying noise for the XP getting gained. I'll have to try and sort that, won't I? Yeah, I've explained the action points, and you can use a Lembus to heal your action points, and a King's Foil to heal your health. Remember, we should always go with the beaten tracking games like these, because you can find other stuff like Idrial's First Age Galadriel Spirit Warding Pendant, and a Party King's Foil. If it says Party, it's just going into your use items. So we click on Idrial, we equip it with this, and this is a pendant, it gives us 7 armor. And you see, it changes how they look and stuff like that. Oh, good. The demon of wisdom, dun dun. I don't know what I am singing, so I don't know how long these episodes are going to be. But I might make this first one relatively long. Because, you know, special occasion. So that's a Orc Archer and an Orc Sword Warrior. You have to guess, he's probably more defensive, whereas he's going to be a bit more agile. Second, we got Quick. Quick hits are random as far as I can tell. I never found anything that explains them. Let's use Company Might. I don't mind taking a bit of damage. Because I like getting Berethor's leadership up quickly. Because he is the main character. I do like using Berethor the most. She hasn't got any points for that. She hasn't got anything for that. So she can either use an item and give it some back, but I like to keep that stuff. So you can just, no one has any AP, so you just take them out. Oh, you didn't take them out. Well, no you can. So you've got to manage your health and your AP. But you do end up getting like a lot of AP at the end of the game. But then, the stronger your moves are, the more AP they cost. So, look at all that in a second. I need to fix that quickly. Anyway, so I will show you now. We get to the trial in a second. So we've leveled up. So we come over here, and we can we have 2 points. The thing I like to do is I like to put a point in their highest, and then one into their lowest. And then when they get to a certain point, I think every 5 levels, they get 5 skill points to use instead of the regular 2. And then I like to put them all into the weakest ones. And we can also have, oh hang on, if I go to Idrial, you can see what they all do. So strength increases the character's base damage of both ranged and melee weapons, increases the character's max AP along with base spirit power damage. Oh yeah, that does AP as well. Greatly increases the character's max XP and greatly increases the defensive spirit powers. These do change depending on what items you have equipped. So I could put these into Constitution and Dexterity, and then it could all end up being changed when I change her items that are on. Anyway, to skills. So Idrial has a choice between 2 and Swordcraft, Weakening, Slash and Wounding Strike. And she has all the selection. I don't generally use Idrial that much. She's meant to be your healer. I don't really use her that much. I have a more hands-on approach to this game. But it is good to get her up to... I recommend getting, in the beginning parts of the game, try and grind her to having these 2, if you're not going to use her. Those 2, and then having at least Gift of Galadriel here. And possibly Drain Inspiration as well. And then here's Water Stallion, that big move. See, that takes 100, but you got to get 1 from all of these ones going downwards. And then passive skills. Passive skills are things you get every time you level up. And then you also get to choose ones around here. Frenzy is an important one. It allows you to take 2 spirit actions. And the other one, double attack, allows you to do 2 regular attacks. But they depend, changing who else. And then you get these depending on what part you are through the game. So arrow volley, arrows, claw rings, an animal hits them with a claw, and then a bite, and then a stronger claw, and then a big tree throws a rock, and a big tree hits him with his arms, and a big tree does root stuff, and then a big eagle, and then a bit of cloth on a bit of wood. Wrong button. And then so Berethor, he can only go for Orcbane first. But I generally like to go for Orcbane, then grab Counter Attack, then Shattering Strike, and then Citadel Rage and Excellion Wrath. But generally I like to focus on his leadership powers because they are really good. So, to point out a few, Company Valor briefly raises group's dexterity, constitution and speed, upping accuracy, HP and melee defense. That is a really good one. Stand Fast means you can't be stunned for the duration of the fight, which is really good. Fellowship Grace, for a couple rounds, you get your AP back. That's what we want. It costs 120 AP to use, but it is really good, especially in the late game. War Call is awful. I never really use War Call. It's just a sort of everyone attacks with their best ability, whatever it is. Most of the time, they're not the moves you wanted to use, so that's just resistances up. That makes you attack faster. That makes everyone retreat. That's also quite useless as well. This is like Fellowship Grace, only it heals you. This gives you immunity to fear. We'll get onto things like that in a bit. Warcry is just everyone does it instead of the 2 people. That one basically means you can't die. That one increases your crits, and this one halves all AP costs. So you see what I like, Berethor. And he also has somewhere, whilst in perfect mode, 25% reduction of all his AP stuff. So you basically, there are a lot of people who have things that happen in perfect mode. It basically means you don't really want to ever use perfect mode, which is an odd thing in this game. I generally save it for like, if I like desperately need a good ass attack. But most of the time it isn't worth it, so you won't really see me doing it. I'll show them all off. Oh god. But I won't ever do it properly.
On the road.
Yes, I know.
Who could it?
Patience.
I'm looking for Boromir of Gondor. Have you seen him?
No. But I do see orcs ahead.
Oh, they do explain the plot in those scenes. But only the important ones are really necessary. So, when you level up, you increase your... you max out your health and your AP. But then obviously we increase both their HP values, their constitution, so it didn't do much. Let's do Company Might. Charge! And you, let's use Fluid Strike. Let's take out the middleman. Because you haven't seen how funny it is when you get hit by an arrow. Because the arrow just sticks in your stomach for a little bit until it... I think it takes like about 30 seconds or so and then it'll just disappear. But if you, against loads of archers and they all hit one person, you can have like 3 to 4 arrows sticking out of someone. It's brilliant. Anyway, Guardian Strike. And then, let's show off Gift of Elrond. This is what Gift of Elrond does. This is going to be a lot like Fire Emblem, by the way, in the start off, with me explaining a lot of shit. But by sort of, in a couple episodes, I will just sort of go through it all. I won't bother trying to explain shit. Because it's your basic RPG, basically. You go around, you get random encounters at certain points, or static encounters. You have quests, you level your people up, you have a, what are they called? Party, that's it. I was going to say crew. We're not robbing a bank here. Yeah. Oh, and they'll have little animations to do when they win, depending on who they are. Oh, that is just a really annoying noise. I do apologise. I'll try and fix that desperately. But anyway, another level up. Now when we get to this, for me, I generally go for what I think I really need most if they're all tied. So I want to give him some more AP power. Oh, no, hang on. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Like that. And then with you it's... Oh, not you. It's dexterity. And then you need strength. Because it just makes them better at what they're already good at. And then better at what they're worse at. So here we go. I'll explain that in a second. I'm just going to have a look around. Because there's a chest here. Slime of Orthanc. That's a debuff item if I remember correctly. Alright. Saving your game. Yes, this is a save point. Save your game. Accessing memory card in slot A. There isn't, it's just my computer. Saving. There we go. So yeah, all good. Am I able to save in different slots? Are you going to allow me to do that, or is this going to save automatically? Ah, there we go. So yeah, you can save in other slots. There are 14 slots. You don't need 14 slots. I don't even think there are 14 different combinations of main people you can use in your party, because there's 6 people. So it's like, actually there are probably 14, but there are a few characters who are just crap.
Inside Gondorian, your wounds must be healed.
Weapons. Provisions. The elves are very resourceful.
Long have we kept such way stations for times of great need.
I am Berethor, captain of the Citadel Guard of Gondor.
And I am Idrial. I serve Galadriel, Lady of Light. Take what you need, and let us be on our way.
So yeah, I'm just explaining themselves to each other. Items in adventure mode, yada yada yada. Pretty sure there was a button somewhere that allowed me to zoom in and out. There we go, that's what I wanted. A little bit too close I was. Yeah, let's just go through here and grab everything. And then where's the way out? This is the way out. No. This way. Yes, before we do, let's equip Berethor with his new Gondorian Steel Citadel Pauldrons. Look at that, he's now white. Did she get anything? No. Let's go out here. Oh, another cutscene.
Craven spies! My caravan is in danger!
Those crows seem guided by some fell purpose.
It is the hand of Isengard. The White Wizard has betrayed us. Hurry!
And they ran off. But we're not heading up that way yet. There's still much yet to get. Ooh, view epic scene. Betrayal. That's just explain. If you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, you're going to be fucking confused about all this. I have seen Lord of the Rings. In fact, I love Lord of the Rings. It is my favourite, not my favourite series of films, but it's up there. It's also in my sort of favourite books of all time as well. I read them all in one big omnibus edition. And I've also read The Hobbit. I don't watch the films. In their extended editions, multiple times. I need help. I played a lot of the games and read up a lot of stuff. I have no life. Anyway. We got something for Idrial if I remember correctly then. Yes we did. There's a cat meowing outside my door. Lovely. Quiet cat! I do apologise if you can hear that. I will deal with him in a second. Well, that's all the items down there. Let's run to those Kraben, which are basically just ravens that Saruman controls. Yeah, again, if you didn't know anything about Lord of the Rings, you're gonna be fucking confused.
Orcs are amongst them!
There are too many. They have no chance.
But who hasn't seen Lord
Help
of the
me
Rings?
defend them!
Aside from that, everyone my age has seen it. At least I fucking hope they have. Badum's little Mask of Sauron in there. Oh, so when you save, you also increase all your stats back up again. Your health and your AP. So if you're just grinding, go to a place where there's a save point, and you just sort of grind there. Creating Saruman is a buffing thing, just like Company might, it just buffs them all. I can't remember what it does. You never really get an explanation of what their moves do until you sort of experience it. Since it's an orchestra captain, we want to take him out quickly because he is strong. See, he took 130 damage and lived. Also, these enemies, they get stronger as you progress through the area, but they remain at a point. So when if you can revisit these places. When I get to Eastern Moria, I can come back here. And I can refight these people, and I'll be strong enough to pretty much one-shot them all. Because that's how it works. You can return. So they get vaguely stronger as you go through, and then they peak, and that's it. Now we could finish him off, or I can attack one of these guys, try to take one of them out. Which I didn't. But because they attack next, if you can, try and focus on the harder people to kill, but if they're not attacking for a while, take this opportunity to take out the people who are attacking next. But he's attacking next this time, so you want to take him out. Ha! and then you can take out this guy as your Guardian Strike. And he's learnt Orc Bane. Now it's going to automatically set to the next one in the list. So it goes, when it comes to sets of 2, it'll go to the one on the left. It's select this Shattering Strike. To save on actually having to deal with that, the move I don't want to learn, I'm just going to not use Thingybob until I can change it. Swordcraft. And I don't want to get counterattack quickly, because counterattack basically means if you're attacked by a physical move like with a sword, you attack back.
You have found him.
What do you mean by that?
It is nothing. Hasten to Rivendell. I have cleared the road for you.
I am grateful, but you must return now to the passes. We saw evidence of recent battle there.
Come, Gondorian. Some may still survive.
Yay! We're in the Elf Caravan, level up, quest journal update, view the scene, Power Galadriel, yada yada yada. There's something I want to check here. We'll go to quests and click in the region. There is a few ones we can do right now. Hunting the wild men we can do. Before we do that, someone has got level up. If you kill more people, you sort of get more experience, as you'd expect. So it's right now it's between Constitution and Speed. I reckon you could do with a bit more speed. And then to items, the Third Age Ithilien Longsword. Well, we have Boromir's shield. It would only be good if we have Faramir's sword. Yeah, a lot of these things are just based on other things. All good. And she has this. She now has gold trousers on. I want to go over here. So she gets that in 7, and then the other one in 8. And he gets that in 10, or we can change it over to this, and he gets that in 20. And he gets Company Valor in 1. After Company Valor, I'm going to grab Stand Fast first. Because you don't really have enough AP to even activate Fellowship Grace at this point. And I am going to... I think it's this way. Oh god, wrong button. Run back to the save point, so Idrial is stronger. He gets the strength back. And we're actually very close to getting another character, because they give you a selection of characters really early on to start with, and I quite dislike it. In fact, by the time you're like halfway through the game, you sort of have all your characters. Anyway, we're going to save again. Iridian Elven Outpost. Save. We've been playing for 31 minutes. Well, I did say this one was going to be a longer episode. In fact, most of these would be quite long, but this is going to be the longest one probably. Well, I say that. Well, just to point out, this series is not... It's going to be the one to replace Pokemon Colosseum. But what I'm going to be playing at whilst I'm doing Pokemon Colosseum, whilst I just try and think of a game to play to replace Thingybob, Fire Emblem. I could just move on to Sacred Stones, and that is sort of what I'm planning to do. And I was actually going to do that if I couldn't get this game sorted today. Anyway, let's move over here and get these chests. Oh, look at these. It is the Wild Men Sword Rabble. Fluid Strike. You only really want to use attack if you haven't got any AP. Or if you have certain weapons, certain swords and stuff, have special powers attributed to them. So you have... one's called Biting Blade, which just like a little burn effect over time. And another one heals you. I can't remember what that one's called though. Yeah, so yeah, you have 2 little effects you can have. So there are certain times where attacking is good. Let's take out this man. There are 2 types of wildmen. These guys with the swords and another one with a little pick. He is now Company Valor. So let's have a look at Company Valor. A big circle appears beneath him, and he goes, Aharu. And you see, our health has gone down a little bit because our health max has actually increased. We've also got a higher chance of dodging, and also a little bit extra speed and shit, so we can move a bit quicker. So let's do Flourish Strike. Since I won't be using Idrial in the later game, but I want to get her to a certain point. Because you do need to use her, they force you to use her at a certain point in the game. So I want her to be at least decent for that so she can actually do shit. Because people who you don't use in your party gain experience at a much lower rate. They still gain experience, but much slower. Nice triple critical. I don't think Berethor even did anything there really, aside from just go, yay! Alright, 1 of 3 warbands defeated. Leaves of Lembas. Let's go over here and level up Idrial. She needs Constitution and Dexterity. And I want to use an item on Berethor. I'm going to use a Lembas, which increases his action points. He needs a little bit, and that's all he needs really. Just something so he can use his leadership powers in the next fight. He will level up after the next fight. I don't know why I'm singing Speed Racer. Anyway, let's go to the right. If you haven't guessed, there's that little divot over there, and then there are 2 divots here. These are where the 3 warbands are. And look, there are bits of rocks. They formed campfires. And they look really out of place. Ooh, hang on. Sword warrior. Oh no, the rabble will have the picks, and that guy has the swords. I got them running around. If we want to use, this guy's the stronger one. He doesn't have any extra powers. He's just a little bit stronger. And I think a tad faster as well. Anyway, Company Valor may cost a decent rack, but who cares? I probably won't use Company Might. She just got murdered. Well, he dodged. He's smart. So you can get a rare one on herself. I would say allow Water Flurry, but at 50 AP, it's just a big burst of water from my sword. It isn't anything special. Actually, it might be worth to use Company Might. Otherwise, this will take a long fucking time. And we can always heal him, or heal his AP. Dodge! You have Company Might up! You make sense because your speed and dexterity is low, but Idrial, like, more from you. Well, we have something here called Leaf of Old Toby that heals you up with 2 things. You also have Leaves of Lembas, which does it to the party. Oh, and change your weapon as you change your weapon mid-fight. But what the fuck is the point of doing that, I say? You're going to attack him. And this is not going to take him out, but hopefully it can. No. Shit. Oh, we are close to getting another character, and you can go off, get him, and then come back, and then fight these people. But where's the fun in that, I say? Weakening slash. It's actually going to move into wounding slash. I'm going to get them both because they are both really decent. Weakening slash makes them. It gives them a little debuff. We can't use it now, but it gives them a little debuff so they're not as strong. So let's use Gift of Elrond on Berethor. Basically, it's the opposite of Company Might, but only hits 1 person. And then wounding slash does damage over time. If you think it as thus, it makes them bleed, basically. All these attacks are making them bleed. I mean, look at this. That would cleave someone in half. Dun. Slice, 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 slice. Pose. Oh dear. I will be using every character just to show you off all the characters at certain points. Oh, hang on. Where's the other chest? I need to sort out these camera controls actually, hang on. Oh, they're both leveled up good. Options, I want to invert them both. Does that make it any better? Yes, that makes it so much better. Because it's already inverted on the left and right one. So left to make you look left. And that's not how I like it. I don't generally have up. Well, I don't even have up to look up as well. So it's all inverted but wrong. for me. In most games I keep it all uninverted. Oh no, there you go. So yeah, he's got into level 5, so he gets 3 points instead. So let's just put these, let's put one into Constitution, another one into Constitution, one into Spirit. And that should be the same for Harry as well. Yep, so that's, well, all into Constitution. Actually no. One into Constitution and 2 into Strength. There we go. No new items, but we have got some new skill things to look at. So yeah, he's now working on standard fast and counterattack, which is good. And oh god, wrong buttons. And she's working on wounding. Press the wrong button. Skills. This is good. Wounding strike. She can move on to Elven Rage, which would be cool to move on to, but I like to get a wounding strike right now. It's just it's more useful than these because this costs a bit too much. Although this is actually really good to get really early on, actually, Stunning Strike. Because Stunning Strike just stuns the enemy. It gives them a little debuff so they don't attack for a little bit. But you can stop it if they are I will take a second and turn my tongue off for being too quick. If they are immune to stun, then they can't be stunned. How many more to that? 6 more, okay. Haste to the elves just makes you fast, that's all it is. Anyway, to the next set of tribal people. And this will be the last one. And then you get experience for doing quests as well. Lembas. Badung. Let's go for that. Come, Vala. See, I will always, with Berethor, use his leadership attacks more than his regular attacks. Just because his leadership attacks are really good, especially Company Valor. It's one of his best moves. Let's show off Weakening Slash. It's a very slightly different animation. It's just a flourish strike, but just a bit slower. And you see that little orange, brass, bronze arrow goes down. That's the debuff one, and then the shiny silvery one is the up buff one, whatever it's called. Just general buff, isn't it? Yeah, debuff and then buffing, yeah. See, buffed. And then if you press that button, as you can see, here's Weakening Slash. So we want to use Weakening Slash on the other one. Hiya! Get that crit. Ha! No idea what the fuck I'm doing for a thumbnail for this video. Anyway, we could use Orc Campaign, but it's only stronger against orcs, and these guys aren't orcs, these are blokes. These are angry blokes. Let's actually show it off, because it can take this guy out. Let's show it off. Loud Water Flurry. I haven't seen it properly in a while, because it's mainly big. So if you go near it on the 360, when I'm playing this with the Xbox version, if I go near a chest, my entire screen will just glow, which means it's good for finding hidden chests, but it gets really annoying. And things like Loud Water Flurry and anything that sort of has a big bright light appear on the screen makes everything go that colour. There's a few items. One of them is called oh, I can't. We might actually have one of them. I'll have a look in my items. Use items. No, it's very similar. I can't remember what they're called. Thank Fire. That's one of them. It gives your weapon fire attribute damage, and oh god, with when playing on the 360, it just makes everything look a big bright orange, and it's crap. So yeah, it has been a while. If this is the direction we're going, you see that little flashing red dot on the map in the top right, which I can make go bigger and smaller at the press of a button. That's the direction we're heading to. Oh yeah, now it's going to tell you about the random encounters. So you'll see there's the Eye of Sauron. That's random encounters. The blue orb, the Palantir, is fixed battles. So for fixed battles, you get near them, it appears, you can walk away. With random encounters, if you enter into a random encounter area, like we have now, for every step you take, it will increase the chance And you can get the eye to look really detailed and very crisp. And this is the better in focus it gets, the closer you are to getting an enemy. Why did I not use an ability with him? No, not doing that. Skip. Also, if the person retreats, they get no experience, which is crap. But since we've got a random encounter, I might as well just allow for this. In fact, I'm actually going to use a Lembus on Idrial, so she has a bit of AP. And I'm just going to... Idrial will be healing people, and Berethor will just be using Company Might. And this is what grinding looks like in this game. So you've seen it in Fire Emblem, you refight the boss many times and let them heal, or you go to the arena. Or in Pokemon, you just refight the same trainers or wild Pokemon all over again. And this is how you grind. And grinding is imperative in this game because the late game abilities are really fun and look really cool. So we can do one more Company Might. So let's just heal him. And the reason why I'm using Gift of Elrond is because it's the weakest one. Same with Company Might. It does tick with the least amount of AP. No, let's use Guardian Strike on him. There you go. So we've got a decent amount of SP for all our things there. And there you go. That's what grinding looks like in this game. So I'm gonna get our next character. Do I want to get the next character, or do I just want to end this in a second? Because we are, like I say, we're getting near a thing. Someone leveled up. Yes, they did. Stats, Idrial, Constitution, and Dexterity. And you see, we left the area of random encounters, so the little glowing eye disappeared. Now we're here. You may notice up there to the top right where the map is, I'm looking at it right now, there's a chest, but we can't get up there yet. That is a different area, because some areas loop on themselves. And you can see there's that different shade of green right above me right now, which that represents a bridge, or an area that goes over another part of the area. It also works with caves as well. So basically you have different layers of the same map. And saved again, so all our stats are back up. And I think, yeah, I'll get the next character and then I'll end it. There we go, we escaped that fight. So here we are. We're up here. Ooh, it's nice here, isn't it?
A man, badly wounded.
Wait for the wargs to approach.
They'll kill him. Hold on!
Hello, lovelies.
You live?
No thanks to you. Can't you see I was hunting them? You want to use the crows? Lure the wargs in close. They kill faster that way.
You were of the Dunedain.
At your service, lady. You meant to help me, so perhaps you may.
Perhaps you should finish off the rest of the pack first.
Sorry about that weird nose snort there. Interesting fact, that man we just saw doesn't actually use his sword, which was Boromir's sword for those you could recognise it. Yeah, he doesn't use it. He is the archer. If you haven't guessed, he's a sort of amalgamation between Legolas and Aragorn, but mainly the sort of Legolas because he uses the bow, Aragorn with this whole sort of thing. And he is Elegost, the Dunedain Ranger of Arnob. He has Bowcraft, where he has Creature Bane, and Rangercraft, where he has Aim Shot. I can't remember which one I need to check to change, but I think it doesn't matter. So I'm going to use Bowcraft. So basically Bowcraft is just using the bow, and then Ranger is sort of more spirit stuff. So this is spirit power, so magic, and then this is like just general usage of a bow. So Creature Bane, you know where to strike with the arrow. Ignore the big glowing bow, that's just for shits and gigs. But yeah, and Elegost is one of the characters who will be with me for the entirety of the game, because, well, Elegost is... It's sort of dependent on your preferences. Elegost is personally my second favourite character, but my main favourite character is only my favourite character just because I've always liked spears in fighting. It's always been my sort of go-to shit. Anyway, yeah, stand fast. Which one did we use earlier then? Company Valor. Let's use Stand Fast. We don't need it because the walker can't stun, but let's just Stand Fast. Now we can't be stunned, and that's what it looks like and shit. Yay. Let's use Gift of Elrond and Berethor. I want you to learn. Fuck, you didn't get it. Haste of the Elves really quickly. And I sort of want Elegost again. As you see, his abilities cost a lot of AP. That's just because they're really strong at the moment. Like Aim Strike is just a very powerful hit. A lot like Light Water Flurry. And then, what's it called? Creature Bane is just really good against creatures. It's a bit like Orc Bane as well. But it's a little bit stronger because he's ranged. He can hit anyone, anywhere. So see, he can't do anything. He has his own unique thing. They all have a sort of a unique aspect to them. Berethor is the only one with leadership powers. Idrial she's the only one who has direct healing. Elegost, not only does he have the range, he's the only one who's 100% range. He has Examine. Examine allows you to look at certain aspects. So Starving lets a warg, you can see how much health it has and how much it has left, how much AP it has and how much AP it has left. A little trivia about them, so Saruman drives ravaging walls north from Isengard where they often hunt in plaques. Plaques? I'm speaking too quickly. And you can see what's strong against them. So he's normal against everything aside from Blunt, which he's strong against because obviously he's got that thick fur, and then Piercing, so you can stab him quickly. And you sort of understand different aspects. Blunt would be like a hammer or something like that. Slash is a sword. Pierce is an arrow. Or a spear, obviously. And also you have Axe would be in Slash. So there you go. There you know. And that uses up his turn, depending on... you can get him to a certain point where it doesn't take up his thing, and that might be one of his level up powers. Anyway, let's go for... Not that, because we were using Thingamabout me. Gift of Elrond. Come on, you should be close. Well. Ow! Hair flip! So that's to animate the fact that when he does that, his long hair would be hit by his shoulders, and it's funny. Anyway, level up. I'm going to open this chest. Talking party members. And the thing, the Dunedain. The Dunedain are basically your sort of country sort of watchers. They're anti-poachers, basically. They're those sort of guys. Also, so you can also slightly think of them as the assassins from Assassin's Creed, but only slightly. You know, before we save and end this episode, let's just go to stats. Let's put one in strength, and then let's put one into dexterity. And Elegost now, he has 5 levels to get through. When you get people, depending on how many levels you have over their default level, is how many you gain. So obviously we have 9. So obviously he's up to level 5, so he gets to put 3 into his lowest one. So I'll do that now. 1, 2. Let's put another one to that, and then just do it generically. So put one into them. Let's get those 2 up. And then spirit, and then strength and strength. There we go. So it goes against what I was doing, but it was you do it hard. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Anyway. Skills. So you get counter attack in 17. You get Fellowship Grace in that. You're still working on your first one. It's every 10 levels for the first one, and then 5 for the others. Aside from one character who has one that requires getting 50 levels, but then he's the last character you get. So you'll be in your like 30s, possibly even your 40s, depending on how good you are. So obviously we want that one. We want that one, and then also you increase your AP pool. So it's just a bit of extra into your spirit, but only the AP off. Automatically dodge. Yeah, you sort of want to go for what is better in that situation. Also, you have to get to these 2. You have to get one of these 2. Hang on. What's happened here? Hang on. Skills. Berethor. Oh yeah, because it goes upwards, doesn't it? The doig. So, Arrow Flurry. Ranged targets 2 foes. You may notice he doesn't really have many in here, but then you sort of get to them and they get quite strong down here. So, Arrow Flurry, 2 attacks. Blinding Shot, lowers accuracy. Draining Shot heals. Crippling Shot stuns. When I get Arrow Flurry, I'm getting Crippling Shot, then Draining Shot, then Blinding Shot. Then these two aren't really that good, and then True Shot is just a big attack. So really it's just these first ones that are good. And then here, we have to get Piercing Might and Piercing Will. And then we get to Arrows of Sleep. We'll get back to that in a second. Paralyzing Shot stops people for a short time from using melee, ranged attacks, sorry. And there was another one that does do... Oh, that's melee attacks, yeah, and then that's ranged attacks. And that's... there's one for spirit attacks, right? No. Fangon Roots, just a big thing. It's like a perfect mode thing we have. But it's one he can use. Northern Storm is a big electric over time damage thing. King's Royal Grace is you select one person, you can give them health back every turn. And then Grace of Athelos is everyone. But Arrows of Sleep, if you head over here, we have... where are they? There you go. Sleep Volley, make Arrows of Sleep affect everyone. Arrows of Sleep puts people to sleep so they can't do anything. But if you hit them, they wake up. And then you have Linger in Sleep. Makes attack Arrows of Sleep last for the duration of the fight. They are asleep forever. Which means you can get one person left on the enemy side. Use Arrows of Sleep. They're asleep. They can't do jack shit until you hit them. So what you do is you use leadership skills or anything that doesn't attack them. And you can just grind up easily that way on those specific ones. And then also you've got other things like Crippling Might, which is also quite good, makes Crippling Shot better. So yeah, that's Elegost. He's your archer. I would classify him more as a sort of support person with all the shit he does. He's the debuffer. Berethor's the buffer, he's the debuffer. Idrial's the healer. Anyway, okay, thank you so much for watching me ramble on about Lord of the Rings shit. I don't know how often I'll be uploading this. I have to finish off Colosseum very quickly, and I will be starting Sacred Stones at one point. But consider this a sort of precursor to all that. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next Colosseum video, which should be this Sunday. This is a birthday special, so it'll be on Monday. This Monday, today. But Sunday I will have the next Colosseum video where we take on Ian. I just got to get some grinding done. I've been a bit busy doing stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.